So it's a new month, the month of August, and we're going to title this month's series Starting Over. So for part one of Starting Over, I want to talk to you about future. Your future, that unknown future, that fear of the unknown future. You know, we all deal with fear in some way or another. Well, maybe not everybody. I know I do. Most of us, we deal with fear in one way or another of our lives. You know, when we think about like going through life and starting a new chapter, depending on what that new chapter is looking like at the beginning, it determines where we're going to be. You know, for example, let me explain what I'm saying. So when I got married, I'll use my last marriage as an example. When I got married, going into that new chapter of marriage, I was excited, head over heels in love, all that little honeymoon, googie goggy stuff, all of those things. So I went into that chapter like excited, great expectations, all of the things. But when that chapter ended by divorce, it was hard. It came with some fears because I was like, God, am I going to lose my house now? Less income coming in. Then God had to remind me, I gave you that house when you were single. Then I'm like, okay, now I got a car note. God said, I'ma always take care of my child. You know, so all of those little things is like, I was fearing that. I'm gonna be honest with you, I was fearing being alone because for me, that was always like my struggle. It's like I always felt like I needed a man, you know, want him and felt like I needed him. And I'm so glad I've grown since then because now I'm like, I'm good. Less worry. I got more peace, my own peace. I don't have to worry about satisfying nobody else and what they think. I do me, according to what God says, of course. But, you know, anyway, when I went through that divorce, I was scared. I didn't know, like, what tomorrow was going to bring, even though the Bible tells us we're not even supposed to be worrying about tomorrow. Some people don't even see tomorrow, okay? Let's be honest. But we're still here. And I'm like, okay, God has not kept his promises. He has provided for me for all of those years. So when I look back 8 years ago, I'm like, look at God. Look at what God has done for me. Being single, brought me through all of these things. And he didn't need no help. He didn't need my help or nobody else's help. He did just what he wanted to do in my life because I allowed him to. We can't go through life. Well, I mean, you can, but I'm encouraging you not to go through life, you know, just being afraid of starting over. It's always going to be something that we're going to fear with the unknown. We don't know everything, y'all. Only God knows everything. But when we trust God and trust his ways and trust what he's doing in our lives, he's going to order our steps. When one chapter closes, it's okay. He's going to open up the next chapter and it's going to be a fresh start. When I think about even starting in a new chapter in our lives, I think about reading a book. When you read a book, you finish chapter 1. You're not trying to go to chapter 2 and reread what happened in chapter 1, are you? No, you're moving forward. It's the same thing with our lives. We can't go back a chapter because we're scared of what may happen and what may not happen. You know, we could fear it either way. But when I think about that, I'm like, why would I want to repeat chapter 1 again? I read it already. You saw the end of that story, of that chapter. Don't relive those things. A lot of times the Bible talks about familiar spirits, right? And so we have to be careful because we attach ourselves to familiar spirits, what feels familiar to us, because what is more familiar for us, we're more comfortable with. And it doesn't always mean that it's the right decision for us to make. It don't always mean it's going to work out differently because it's somebody else. We can't keep on rereading the stories of our lives from past chapters. We have to start over without fearing and trusting that God knows just what he's doing in our lives. So my question to you today would be, are you fearful of the unknown of your future, or are you trusting God? That's your food for thought. Because if you're afraid, God has not given you the spirit of fear, but of love, of power, and of a sound mind. So start over and let God handle your future. Amen. Amen. So today I leave you with this. Matthew chapter 6 and verse 34. And it says, Take therefore no thought for the morrow, for the morrow shall take thought for the things of itself. Sufficient unto the day is the evil thereof. So before I go, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, check out my website at www.talkswithshay.org. You can subscribe to my videos on YouTube and find me on Facebook. Like my page, share my page, invite your friends to like my page. And until next time with Talks with Shay, Shay is out. Y'all stay blessed.